Hello and welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. Not often we're with you on a Monday night, but we are this evening as Derby County help wrap up the Championship weekend. The Rams heading to Hillsborough to face Sheffield Wednesday. It's been a tumultuous season for the Owls, who are rock bottom of the Championship and 29 points from safety. That's after the club were placed into administration at the end of October. The hope was that a preferred bidder would have been named by now. There has reportedly been a lot of interest in the club, but no news yet. And while things have been a mess off the pitch, there hasn't been much to celebrate on the pitch either. Tuesday's draw at Watford made it 13 games without a win. Wednesday also the only club in the Championship still waiting for their first home win of the season. And now this is the final game of the Championship weekend. Let's catch you up on everything that's happened so far. Well, leaders Coventry won again, but second place Middlesbrough are staying right with them. Borough beating Queen's Park Rangers 3-1 at the Riverside on Saturday. West Brom beat Sheffield United on Friday night to get the action going. The lunchtime games on Saturday saw Norwich get a big win over Southampton and defeats for strugglers Oxford and Swansea. The day's other big winners were Hull, 3-1 at Millwall, and Portsmouth, who picked up a precious 3 points against Blackburn. We'll show you the table later, but the headline is that Derby can move into the top half of the Championship once again with a win tonight. Now, it's been a bit of an odd week for the Rams schedule-wise. They've played Saturday, Wednesday and now Monday, of course, but nothing to bother defender Dion Sanderson.
We prepare the same as if it was a Saturday, I guess. It's just different days, obviously, but no, it's another game, and you know, the boys are professional. They know how it goes, so it's nothing new.
Routine is important to players, dare say superstition to some of them. Are there things in particular that you have to do to get yourself ready for a game?
Not necessarily. I used to be big on I had to drink like a litre of apple juice a day before a game. Yeah, but that's just gone out the window.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I was drinking apple juice quite a lot before games. I was playing well. I was like, yeah, that's the trick. But no, I don't think neither of the lads have any superstitions either. So, yeah.
Starting on Monday, you'll play 6 games in 21 days with a schedule that is pretty out of whack as well. What do you make sure you have to do to make sure you get your body and mind through a stretch like this?
Prepare right. You know, off the field stuff's really important. We try and get much as we can on the field, and then it's just recovery, rest. You know, that's going to be important, keeping yourself fit over the run of games that we've got. But it's all exciting.
I guess you don't get much time on the training ground over this period. Do you have to bank on and rely on the work you've done in the build-up to it?
Yeah, and then I guess after games that we have played, it's watching them back and as a team going through what we can do better, areas to improve on, and taking it on into the next game.
I think we're far enough into Advent that I can talk about the Christmas schedule and this time of year. I mean, do you enjoy it? It's obviously a very busy time for players.
Yeah, personally, I love it. You know, I've just played against Millwall and I'm ready to go again for our next game. So it's the same for all the other players, I'd imagine. Yeah, it's exciting, I'd say. I wouldn't say it's like, oh, flipping out, I need a break or rest. It's like, as soon as we finished that game against Millwall, it's like, all right, Monday can't come quick enough. So, yeah, it's exciting.
And what does Christmas look like in the Sanderson household?
It's very chilled. I've got quite a big family, but you know, with football and everything around it, in my house, it's very chilled.
Back to the football. You showed real character against Millwall on Wednesday night. How important was it that you battled back late on the way you did? Yeah,
we knew what type of game it was going to be. We was aware that the boys, I thought, put up a great fight. Even though we went a goal down, which was very unfortunate, I think we showed great character to come back. The boys, they've always had that. It's never a question. But to take a point against a top Millwall side who's flying in the league, it was a good night.
The head coach talked to us about the meetings you had after the Leicester game to address the mentality and how you responded to the goals that you can see in that game. Can you share anything that was said in those meetings after?
I think there's been a few times in games, for example, like the Watford game, when we went 2-0 up, they brought it back to 2-1, and it wasn't necessarily a panic at all. It's more like, what's the game plan now? And I think us as players have to take more responsibility on the pitch of what the next 5 or 10 minutes looks like in a game, just to get a bit of control in games. And you know, I think we have got leaders in the team. We need to show that more on the pitch. But yeah, just it was more for ourselves as players. You know, the manager can give us all the knowledge, the tactics, whatever, but as soon as we cross the white line, it's down to us. So yeah, us taking more responsibility and leadership on the pitch is what we spoke about.
Sheffield Wednesday up next for you. They're in a very difficult spot. This football club went through something very similar a couple of years ago. How much do players at other clubs follow those stories and pay attention to what's happening off the field elsewhere?
I don't think it is as important. I think, you know, us as Derby County, we focus on ourselves. The next game that's coming up, it's Sheffield. Listen, even though the position in it's going to be a tough game. I think every game in this league is a tough game. It's about how we prepare for it and how we're going to get the 3 points on the day.
How much would you love to get yourselves on a run going into Christmas when we know the games come so quickly and momentum can really carry you through?
Yeah, well, we've done it before. I've got no doubt we can do it again. I think that 1-1 against Millwall was very important, and it's something that we can build on. So yeah, the lads will be looking for that momentum, and you know, with lots of games coming, it's going to be important.
That's Rams defender Dion Sanderson. So Derby heading to Hillsborough tonight, where their record isn't great and where they'll face a team and a manager desperate for something to smile about. Henrik Pedersen knew what he was getting into when he took the job in July. He had been assistant to former boss Danny Roll for the past couple of years before he stepped away this summer. Pedersen's only recorded 1 league win so far as Owls manager. That was a 2-0 victory at Portsmouth back in September. But he had only 12 senior players when the season started and was only able to add free agents Liam Cooper and Nathan Redmond in the past couple of weeks. Derby fans know all about the restrictions of administration, of course. Well, let's hear from Derby boss John Eustace. Not so long ago that his side, remember, went on a 5-game winning streak. That run part of the reason that Eustace was among the nominees for the Championship Manager of the Month award for November.
Yeah, obviously it's a group effort. The fans, the players, the staff, you know, everyone's put a huge effort to get where we are at the moment, and you know, we need another huge effort from everyone to really you know, keep the good work going in the second half of the season.
Reflecting on that spell a couple of weeks on, can you almost use it as a reference point for the rest of the season for the players? Look, this is how good you can be.
No, I don't think we need to do that. I think the players, you know, have been improving and the squad's been getting fitter and stronger throughout the season. You know, we said we'd go through some really difficult moments. There's going to be some really exciting moments throughout the season as well. And, you know, you just got to keep working in the same way every day and keep believing. And listen, you're going to get a good run of results. You're going to get a really disappointing run of results. And the most important thing is that you just stick together and keep believing in what we're doing. And I think the boys are showing that.
Not just a nomination for you, but Carlton Morris up for Player of the Month as well. He only played in really 3 of those games. Does that demonstrate just how well he was playing to get that nod?
It certainly does. Listen, he's been an outstanding performer for us from the first game. I think it's Solihull when he got his first minutes, possibly, or Burton, and whenever it was. You know, his influence with the dressing room has been outstanding, and you know, his performance is improved week in, week out. And to score 10 goals before Christmas is an outstanding return, and it just shows what an important player he is for us.
I saw him a little earlier, big smile on his face. How's he doing at the moment, Carlton?
He's doing great. I think he's 2 weeks in now, and you know, he said he's ahead of schedule. So he's working his socks off. His attitude is obviously outstanding, and nothing's going to get him down. He's going to work as hard as he can. He's got a really important role now to play with the players as well. While he can't help them on the pitch, he's certainly going to help the group off the pitch, and that's what I expect from a true professional, which he is.
Just on that point, you're without a few big characters, as we mentioned before, who clearly have a lot to offer the group, even when they can't be out on the field. What does that actually look like day to day? How do you keep them involved?
Obviously they have individual meetings with the players, and they also reflect on the games that they've watched. They're helping the group, they're helping the staff, and they're just keeping morale high. We know how important these players are when they're not on the pitch. That's the whole positive thing about bringing big characters, big names in, not just on the pitch. They've got a huge job to play off the pitch as well, which I've spoken about previously. So, it's a group effort over the course of the season, and everyone plays a big part in that.
You've got a very busy stretch of games, starting with the trip to Sheffield Wednesday on Monday night, 6 games in 21 days that will take you into the new year. Talk to us about the particular demands of that sort of a run at this time of year.
Yeah, it's the championship, isn't it? So it's all part and parcel of the job. The squad will be ready, prepared. There might be some more injuries, there might be more suspensions, but what I will say is that the group will be committed, and they'll be competitive in every game, and that's all I ask for from a really great set of boys, great set of players, great staff, and the way you get through difficult moments and through lots of games like that, is by working together and sticking together.
You've had a bit of an odd week with the Saturday, Wednesday, Monday. I know some of us in the room feel a bit out of whack when it's not Saturday, Tuesday. Do you ever get that way?
No, not at all. I think we forget what days it are. They are sometimes. So we know we prepare correctly in the right way. We have days in the classroom, we have days on the grass, and everyone's learning all the time. So it makes no difference.
Sheffield Wednesday, your opponents on Monday night. How much attention have you paid to what's been happening off the field at Hillsborough this season?
Nothing off the field. All I've took notice of is on the field. I went to the Watford game on Tuesday night, and Sheffield were excellent. The way they prepared for the game was obviously very good, and the performance was excellent as well. So we know it's going to be a really difficult game, and I'm sure the Hillsborough will be full, and it should be a good game.
That's John Eustace. Let's see the championship table before we go. Coventry's cushion to 3rd place now stands at a staggering 12 points. It's 7 for Middlesbrough. Have the top 2 done enough already? 5 points separate the next 9 teams down to Bristol City in 11th. Derby will climb back into the top half tonight with a win. The Rams 7 points off the playoffs, 8 clear of the bottom 3 for the record. Oxford have now joined Norwich and Sheffield Wednesday in the relegation zone. And it's the Owls who are our hosts tonight on RamsTV as Derby County make the trip to Hillsborough. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff, and you can watch every moment on RamsTV. It's available in the EFL's Unsold Markets. Go to dcfc.co.uk for a full list of where you can watch and to get your match pass as well. Matchday Live with you from 7:30. Until then, goodbye.